to Tai Chi. Yep, okay, we're good. Hey Cheryl, welcome. So we're gonna, this is the Tai Chi Soon Form Lesson 3. So we're going to take a look at the moves we did the first lesson. We'll take a little bit closer and refine the moves we did the second lesson. And then we're going to try to add the last chunk on and try to get the full form. At least kind of start moving through that form today. But to start with, we're just going to find this earth posture where your feet are about hips distance apart. And you allow yourself to just pause for a moment, take a couple deep breaths. And it's similar to mountain pose. We're allowing the hips to find a neutral position, the spine to rise lightly up out of the pelvis and from the legs. Allow your shoulders to relax down your back. Now we're going to do a little warm up. So you're going to start by taking one foot up onto the ball of the foot. Hopefully you can see that okay. And then we're going to circle around the ball of the foot. So what we're aiming for is to have kind of a circular motion happening in the hip, the knee, and the ankle. You can press into the ball of the foot a little bit, or you can keep it really light. I keep it pretty light. And then we're going to go the other direction with the spin. Feels nice. And then give that leg a bit of a shake out. And then we'll do the opposite side. So opposite ball of the foot's on the floor, heels in the air. And then we're just going to circle around. And then we're going to go the other direction with the circles. And give that a bit of a shake. Okay, so then letting the feet stay a little wider than the hips now. And I've got my toes turned slightly out. You can do it with the toes turned more forward. We're going to just swing the body, let the arms get loose. So we're trying to get a little bit of a twist. So we're keeping the rib cage moving. The hips might come with, the arms come with. Just letting everything rinse out and get a little loose. We're trying to create this kind of sense of moving the body really lightly and easily, as well as warming up the trunk. Couple more of these. All right, and then come to a place that's centered. We're going to do a Qigong move called Bridging Heaven and Earth. So one hand is going to press down, one hand is going to press up. We're going to stretch, and you might even lift up onto the tiptoes and get a little more of a stretch going in one direction. Switch the hands and stretch up. You can also keep the feet really grounded and do more of a side stretch here. So, Bridging Heaven and Earth. Feel yourself lengthening in both directions. Let's do one more of each. Do some shoulder circles up, around, and back. And go the other direction. All right, and give your arms a little relax. Now, we're going to And do this little Qigong move where we're going to imagine that we're creating a wave. Kind of goes up and it goes down. And then in between our hands, we're sort of holding a beach ball. Allowing ourselves to sort of go with the flow. Just try to get into this feeling of letting the body weight shift. The arms create a shape. You might notice one side of your body is a little more forgiving or a little more opening to this than the other side. We're going to do it one more time. And then once you kind of come back around to the center, we're just going to pause for a Qigong breath. So bring the feet towards each other. Take a breath, let your hands expand. And let the arms come back. Do that 3 times. Big breath. We're going to do this Qigong breath within our form. So you just let your hands go out, maybe to the shoulders, a little wider is okay, and then when they return, they're about head distance or so, about the size of a dodgeball or your head. All right. So we're going to start with what's called the heaven posture. Now the heaven posture is heels together with the toes separated in a V shape. It doesn't have to be, it's not like ballet. We're not going all the way out to the edges. It's just a little V. And what happens when we do that with the feet, put the heels together, is it almost feels sort of like it zips us up the back, right? So we're getting a little taller. And so that's the opening posture for the Sun, which is spelled like sun, S-U-N, but pronounced Sun. So for the Sun short form. So we're going to sink in a little bit, and as you're kind of sinking your hips back, you're going to shift your weight into this left leg. We're going to step forward and hand someone a ball, okay? And then you're going to bring your left foot forward, and we're going to take a nice deep breath. And then come back to center. Okay, so we're going to do that a couple times. We're going to do it with the other foot. So we're going to come back to our opening posture. Arms are going to float up, and as the hips go back, this time we're going to step forward with the left foot, stepping forward, hand someone a ball. Right foot follows about hips distance, Qigong breath. Now I'm going to get really close to the camera. So we're going to do it one more time. So we're going to come back to our heaven posture. Now, generally with the form, we're going to step forward with the left foot, but let's just see what happens when we make it backwards again. So we're going to try the right foot again. So we're going to sink back. We're going to step forward with the right foot, hand someone a ball. The left foot follows about hips distance, take a breath, okay? So you may notice that one of your legs feels more dominant or feels more open. Just noticing those kinds of things. And sometimes you can do this, like if you've got space and you're outdoors, you can do like 5 or 6 of those, just shifting from one leg to the other. Okay. So that's the first move, that's opening the door. And for the purposes of our form today, we're going to step forward with our left foot first, and then the right foot's going to follow. So we're going to take a moment. Let yourself settle back. So the hips are going back. It's almost like we're going to do chair pose for those of you that do yoga. And then we're going to step forward. Elbows are coming back behind me. I step forward and hand someone a ball. So that shape is still there between my hands. The right foot follows, and I'm now weighted on both feet. And then I'm going to take that Qigong breath. Let the hands come open with the inhale, come back with the exhale. Then I'm going to turn my palms forward and shift my weight back into my left foot. The right foot steps out. This is called single whip. And then I'm going to shift the weight back as I come across my body, step back in with my foot, change the hand position. So now my right hand's on top. My left hand is checking the bath water to make sure it's okay. And then I'm going to step out to wave hands like clouds. So to the right, and this might be funny on your screen, just go to your right or follow whatever side is going to be fine. If you want to mirror me, that's also fine. So we're going to step in and switch hands. Coming across. This is called waving hands like clouds. And we're twisting at the waist and shifting the weight. So I'm stepping out, twisting at the waist, shifting my weight, stepping in. So I'm going to do this one more time. I've got just enough room here beside me to take one more step. So I'm going to step out one more time. And then when my feet come together, I'm going to pause and do a Qigong breath. Okay. So this takes us into, that's the first lesson. Now the second lesson, we're going to refine a little bit. So I'm going to hug a friend, and I'm going to lift up onto my toe and pivot my heel around so that I turn toward my left. And then my right arm goes out like I've got a friend or a tree. Can be either one. Maybe trees are your friends. So you've got this rounded shape with the arm, okay, like you're holding on to someone's shoulder. Then we're going to step out with our left foot, and then we're going to do two moves with the arms that kind of get us into place for the next move. We're going to slice across the knee with the left hand. We're going to drift the right hand forward. So this move is called brush knee and push. And I sort of glossed over it last time to get to the last one, so we're just refining a little bit here, okay? So let's do those two moves again. So I did a Qigong breath at the end of my clouds. And then I'm turning and hugging my friend. This hand is across my chest. Then I'm going to step left, brush my knee, and push. I'm going to step in and strum my guitar. So that is the last move that we learned last time. And just, I don't know if you can see my leg, but what I've done is I've lifted up onto my tiptoes, so my heel's in the air, and I'm balanced there, okay? And then when the guitar strum, it's more like a harp, right? So guitar is usually how it's translated, but it's really probably a Chinese instrument of some sort that it resembles playing. And so if you think about, you're protecting your elbow, right? Your hand is by your elbow. Okay. So we're going to repeat that lesson one more time, and then we're going to put it together and add our third piece. Okay. So I've got a Qigong breath. I'm going to hug my friend, so I'm spinning my right heel back, stepping forward with my left. There's that brush knee and push. Step in, strum your guitar. Okay. Now the next move, the lesson 3 move, is called peri-peri punch. And what we're going to do is step down with that left foot and send the right hand out like a spear point, okay? The left hand's protecting my right elbow. Then I'm going to step with my right foot and send my left hand out like a spear point, protecting the elbow with the right, right? Then I'm going to do one more move. I'm going to pull my fist back on the right, step, and punch, and I'm going to meet my hands together here, okay? So that's my peri-peri punch. So we're going to go back over that move. Adding it to lesson 2. Lesson 2, Qigong breath, hug my friend, brush my knee, strum the guitar, step down, strike, step, strike. Those are my parries. Here comes the punch. Punch, fist back, feet and fists come together, okay? All right. So we're going to do those 2 parts 4 times all together, and then we'll add one more move. Maybe. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so big breath. Spin and hug your friend. Brush your knee. Strum your guitar. Strike. Strike, fist back, punch. It all comes together, okay? Qigong breath, hug your friend, brush your knee, strum your guitar. Strike, that's your parry. Strike, that's your parry. Fist back, everything together. Good. We're almost there, yogis. Wherever there is. Here we go. Qigong breath. Hug your friend. Brush your knee. Strum your guitar. Strike. strike, fist back, punch it together. Everything goes together, okay? And I'm putting my fist just like that, one on top of the other when I'm doing my punch. Okay, last time through, then we'll add one more move. So I'm gonna Qigong breath, hug my friend, brush my knee, strum my guitar, strike, strike, fist, punch. Now, I'm going to step back with my right foot and I'm going to, it's like I'm tracing the top of a ball. When I get to chest height, I'm going to push forward. This is called push the mountain, okay? Then I'm just going to spin back around to start, bringing my feet with me. Just find your way. And then inhale and exhale. And that's it. Then all we do is close the door. So we take the arms straight up, bring them down to the hips, bring in the right foot, bring in the left foot so the heels touch and we're back to our heaven posture. And then we bow. Okay? So that's our form. So now we're going to try to do the whole form together. So we're in our heaven posture. We're going to bring the arms up, settle back, step forward, hand someone a ball. Right foot follows, Qigong breath. Palms float forward, step out for single whip. Come back across, waving hands like clouds. Don't worry if you get it right, just follow as best you can. Tai Chi is more about the sense of movement, and precision will come with time. Stepping out to wave hands. We're going to do this one more time. And you're going to take little steps if you're in a tight space. We're just going out one more little time there. When you get to the center where both your feet are together, now we're going to take that Qigong breath. We're going to hug our friend, brush the knee, strum the guitar. Step down, there's parry strike on the other side, fist comes back, punch it together. Step back and pull the ball and then push the mountain. Turn towards the starting point. Bring your feet around. Take a Qigong breath. So you're not turning backwards. You're still facing the same way you started, right? We just kind of came back to where we began. Then the hands are coming up. We're going to bring them straight down in front of us. When they meet your hips, we're going to bring the feet in. So we're back in our heaven posture. And then we bow. And then we begin again. So the arms come up. Step forward, hand someone a ball. Feet, right foot steps forward, big breath. And this is single whip, going out and back. And then waving hands like clouds. Try to travel, like whatever's happening, just try to turn yourself into this kind of sense of clouds gently drifting across the sky. Super gentle. Oh. And that sense of sort of the morphing of the clouds happening with your arms. And if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right. And then inhale. There's our Qigong breath. And this turns us into hug my friend, brush the knee, strum the guitar. Step down and strike. Strike, other hand. Fist comes back. Step it all together. Okay? So I'm facing to the left of where I started. I'm now just going to pivot around, right? Oh, whoops, I forgot. I got ahead of myself. Hold on, yogis. We're going to step back, pull the ball back, and then push the ball. Now we're going to pivot around. So now we're just going to come around back where we started. Do a Qigong breath. I was a step ahead of myself. Okay, so then we're going to close our door. Arms come up. Oh, everything comes down. And then we'll bring one foot in and then the other back to our heaven posture. Nice big breath, and then exhale and bow. And then we come back to the heaven posture and we can start again. Arms float up. Sink back. Step forward to hand someone a ball. Right foot follows. Nice big inhale. Exhale back. This is single whip. Hands float forward, open up. Come back across. And then we're going to wave hands like clouds. That's one cloud. We're going to do two more. Second cloud. And then we have one more cloud to go. Stepping out, third time. Little steps as needed. And then meet your hands together, Qigong breath. We're going to hug our friend. We're going to brush our knee and push. Step in. We're going to strum the guitar. Step down, strike. Step forward, strike. Step forward, fist back. Fist and feet come together. Okay? Step back, pull the ball, and then push away the mountain. So we're just rotating back to our starting point, bringing the feet around. Qigong breath. It's nice to take a deep breath here. And then closing our door. Arms are going to come down. When they reach the hips, we just bring the right heel in, bring the left heel in. Take a breath and bow. So let's do that one more time. So we're already in our heaven posture. So we're going to sink in. Arms are going to float up. Weight is prepared for me to step forward and hand someone a ball. Right foot follows. Take a breath. Good. So we're going to do that single whip. Palms float forward. Step out. Now if you can, watch this hand, because your other hand you can trust, and then you're going to watch this hand that's traveling with the cloud. And this one. And cloud number 2. And then back. And cloud number 3. And back. And this is where we take a big breath. And we hug our friend. And we step out and brush our knee. Strum your guitar. Step down and strike. Step forward, strike. Step forward, fist back. Fist and feet come together. Step forward, back to pull the ball, and then push the mountain. And then we're just turning back to where we started. And we're going to take a Qigong breath. And close our door. Right heel in, left heel in, big breath, and bow. So we're going to do this form one more time as we've learned it today. So this is the third lesson. Next week what we'll do is we'll figure out how we can put a bunch of middle sections together so that we can create a kind of a flow that goes for a period of time that we might want to practice. Okay? So for now, repeating that whole move set one more time. So we're going to sink in. The arms are going to float up. I'm going to step forward and hand someone a ball. Right foot, hips distance apart, Qigong breath. Now the palms are going to float forward. I'm going to step out for single whip. As you come back, you'll switch the hands and we'll step out for wave, hands like clouds. And the hands switch when you get to the corner. And you've turned your waist a bit. And we've got one more of those to go. And when we get back to the center, we're going to take a Qigong breath. I'm going to pivot towards my left and hug a friend. I'm going to brush my knee as I step forward, strum my guitar, and then I'm going to step into it, strike, step, strike, fist back, everything together. Step back to pull the ball back, and then, oh, it's become a heavy mountain, push it away. And then we're just turning where we came from, taking a Qigong breath, and then we're going to close our door so the arms drift up. We're going to bring them down all the way to the hips. We're not in a hurry. When they get there, we're going to bring our right heel in, our left heel in, feeling that heaven posture, big breath. Exhale, fold and bow. Now when we bow, you have the right hand in a fist. That represents strength. Your left hand is flat with the fingers together, reaching out in friendship, and then you tuck your little thumb in to represent humility. So we put that all together in our bow. And we meet strength with humility and friendship when we're practicing our poses. Okay, so let's give ourselves a little moment to rinse everything out. Sometimes with Tai Chi, because it's movements that you might not be used to, sometimes you can feel a little low back pressure. So my favorite way to release that is with a wide angle forward bend. So you take your legs out a little soft in the knees, especially if you've got tight hamstrings, and then let your back kind of round over. And then I do little moves side to side. Oh, shake out my head. Now I like this feeling of stretching my hamstring, so I might, go for that straighter leg. Lean back even a little bit so you feel the stretch through the glutes. Oh. And then we're going to come all the way up. And we're going to come back to some of the things that we did earlier. So we're going to do this bridging heaven and sky move, and we might send that out a little more to the side. Bridging heaven and sky, send that out to the side. We'll do that twice more. And now we're going to do a little flow for the kidneys. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to sort of swing the arms like this and then back. So when you come behind yourself, your hand is going to kind of rest on your kidney in the back, and then this one's going to rest kind of like in that kidney area in the front. So we're going to swing the arms out and then swing them to the other kidney, okay? And you sort of get a little bouncy, and just kind of feeling yourself like give your kidneys a little love. Sometimes when we're feeling stagnant, stuck a little, giving the kidneys a little love is good. Good medicine. And also the kidneys are, in Chinese medicine, the seat of the emotions of fear and uncertainty. So when they're in balance, those feelings are balanced and they're not overwhelming. But when they're out of balance, they can be a little overwhelming. So it's like, kind of like, imagine you're sort of brushing out. Good. So we're going to do it 2 more times. Whoosh, whoosh, 1 more. Whoosh, whoosh. And you can aid your kidneys a little bit more too if you sort of think of water, because that's the kidney element, sort of flushing out or rinsing out your kidneys. So thank you for joining me for Tai Chi, a little Qigong today. Hopefully you have a great rest of your day. And I'll bow to you this way as well.